guys, what is going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, if you are new here, please subscribe if you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 86,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe and join the fam. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And as you guys know, I recently started a Facebook account, so you can add me on Facebook, and we can be Facebook friends, so go do that. Link is in the description. And finally, be sure to turn on the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you. But before I get started, today is Mother's Day, guys, so I want to give a huge shout out to all the moms out there. Thank you all for doing what you do and bringing us up and loving us and caring for us. We all love you. We appreciate what you do for us. So yeah, big shout out to all you mamas out there. Once again, I am coming back at you guys with another creepy video. And today, we are talking about another scary story. And this scary story is called Sounds. So, the story of Sounds is a true ghost story about a haunted house in Mobile, Alabama called the Madison Mansion. Three men who try to stay the night in the old place hear terrifying noises and see something that chills them to the bone. A version of this story appeared in the book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Woo! Sounds pretty creepy, huh, guys? But enough of the... Let's get right over to the story. Sounds. A long time ago, there was a house that stood on the bay near Mobile, Alabama. It was known as the Madison Mansion, and it had been vacant and boarded up for years. Most people in the area kept well away from it, frightened by its uncanny reputation. Anyone who passed by couldn't help wondering what evil had transpired in the old place. Trespassers who dared to enter the old house usually fled during the night, telling tales so grisly that they were almost beyond belief. One night, three fishermen were caught in a quick-moving storm and managed to make their way back to the shore. Drenched by the rain, they spotted the mansion and decided to take shelter in their rickety old place. Once inside, they made a fire in the fireplace to keep themselves warm and ate a cold supper. Then, the three men pulled their oilskin coats tightly around them and lay down on the floor to try and get some sleep. However, as soon as they dozed off, they were plagued by terrible nightmares of treachery and murder. Lying awake, the men heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps upstairs. It sounded like more than one person marching back and forth. "Who's there?" called one of the fishermen. The footsteps suddenly stopped. They heard a woman scream. The scream turned into a groan and died away. The house was quiet again. Just then, the man who had just called out felt something splash against his forehead. Something was dripping from the ceiling and forming a small red puddle on the floor. To their horror, the fishermen realized it was blood. All of a sudden, a door upstairs crashed open, and the floor shook with the sound of heavy footsteps. It sounded like a woman was being chased by a man. The frightened fishermen heard the disembodied voices in the darkness. A man shouted in anger, and a woman cried out in pain. They heard objects being flung here and there with a crash. Long howls of horrible laughter rose and filled the house. It went on until the fishermen thought they would go mad. Then there was silence. The fishermen huddled together and listened. After a few minutes, they heard something coming down the stairs. It sounded like someone dragging something heavy that bumped on each rotten step. The scraping and thumping noises came through the front hall, and the front door opened. It sounded like something was flung outside, landing with a thump among the weeds. Then, The door slammed shut, and again, there was silence. There was a thunderstorm outside, and the house trembled as if it was about to collapse. Rain was pounding against the sagging walls. The terrified fishermen couldn't bear to stay in the place a moment longer and decided to flee. Just as they reached the door, a flash of lightning filled every room in the house with a green blaze, and one of the men saw a ghastly face staring at them from the stairs. It was so horrible that it looked as if it came from hell itself. A crash of thunder deafened the terrified men, and they ran out into the storm, never to return. Nobody ever knew for sure what terrible deeds had been done in that house. The mansion was built shortly after the American Revolution by an Englishman named Madison, who was a rich recluse. He lived there with his daughter, who was said to be mentally ill. Nobody ever saw her, and the servants were kept well away from her. They never had any visitors, and they never went outside. One day, without a word of warning, Madison suddenly left for England and wrote to his servants, instructing them to sell the house. The daughter was never found. She just disappeared. After that, the house changed hands many times, but nobody could ever stay there for long. And that is the end of that. So apparently this is a true story, and I have never heard about this place, but I definitely want to go there. It does sound very, very, very terrifying. Oh man, that story gave me the chills. I can literally imagine the face on the stairs right now. It's looking right at me. But my question to all of you for question of the day is, what do you think it was that was haunting this house? Do you think that, I mean, considering it was built during the American Revolution, that this girl, the daughter who was mentally ill and nobody ever heard of her, do you think that this guy killed her and maybe her ghost was still there and it was like still haunting the place? I don't know. I mean, I've definitely got a feeling that it's her. But like, would her ghost still be mentally ill even in the afterlife? Let me know what you guys think. That is question of the day. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please slap a like on it. Let's see if we can go for 83 billion likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And if you guys didn't see my previous video, which was a story about a girl who somehow survived an encounter with a reaper, what I thought was a reaper, but if you guys want to see that, she came across this reaper who seemed to be stalking her, and she avoided certain death in the most, one of the most horrific ways I could imagine. But if you guys didn't see that and it sounds like something you would be interested in, be sure to click on the outro when it comes on right about here, and you can go straight over to that video and watch that. Or if you want to watch another random video, I have like 600 videos, so why not? Click this side and it will take you to a random video. But remember the most important thing of all, guys, chase your dreams. I love you all. Don't let anybody bring you down, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another video. Peace out and have a good Mother's Day, all you moms out there.